Got the Jeep all packed, but there's one tiny little problem. No spare tire. It's chilling over there in the garage, and the replacement piece to fix this is supposed to be arriving from UPS any minute, but I'm getting impatient and debating just throwing the tire on the roof rack and heading out. Better late than never. We are headed out on an adventure, making our way through central Utah County right now and headed towards the Price San Rafael Swell area. So it's going to be a lot of fun. This is a cool little wash right here, huh? It's even got rock, that's why it stayed. Wow, this is really cool.
Like, if I sit right here, that's like green. It's like Mr. Mine and me. Get it? Face, and fit. Get it? This is one drop down. What's on the green side? I can get that. That is the front. Let him go. How do we get down from here? Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
You guys are gonna jump.
No.
I'll catch you.
No. No, jumping hurts. No. It's easy. No. Jump.
You can do it, I'll catch you.
No.
Oh, Jackie, you ready? Watch.
Yeah, jump.
Okay, jump. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Your turn.
That's easy.
Alright, Molly, your turn. No, just kidding. You find your own way around, dog.
Probably going
Yeah, she can come around on the edge. I trust her over there better than you guys. Good morning, this is Jared and you are watching Backroad Exploration. The boys and I are on another adventure. We pulled in late to the Wellington area in Utah. Last night we basically just pulled off into the desert, found a nice peaceful spot to camp, and we've just been doing some exploring around camp this morning. We have close to 200 miles of dirt that we're going to be exploring over today and tomorrow. We're going to be basically going from the Price Wellington area and doing a loop down into the San Rafael Swell and then coming back up in the Green River area. The terrain's going to be pretty similar to what we're seeing here. There's a lot of this white kind of like sandstone type rock, and then when we get closer to the Green River area, there's going to be a lot of more of the red rock and sand. Really looking forward to spending 2 days out on the trail. It's fall. This is like perfect weather. It's a little bit cold this morning, but it's going to be in the 70s by the afternoon, and just so excited to be back out on another adventure. Let's head back to camp and get some breakfast. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I have like 10 of these that are all just have like a tiny bit left. So I actually brought 2 that I'm hoping to polish off, and then I have a good new one. But I just feel like I get them really low, and then I get worried, and I bring another one, and we end up grabbing a new one and putting it on before using it out. So I feel like I have like 10 of them just floating around in the garage, 90% used. we're on the trail. We should have like about 100 or so miles today. We'll just see what we can cover, and then we'll find somewhere to camp. This should be, I've been in this area a lot, but these are mostly all new dirt roads for me, so I'm excited about that. Just stopping at this historical cemetery out here. I've actually been here before. I didn't really notice that I was going to be running into it again, but when I was out here in the winter with some friends from Expedition Utah, we made a brief stop and checked this out. And there's a bunch of really cool old headstones, you know, early 1900s is what most of them look like. And you can't do any new burials here, but I just love old cemeteries. I would love to be able to just sit and talk and learn about the history from some of these people. It's really, really neat. Cleavland Llyod Dinosaur Quarry.
Great place.
Very cool. Come look at this claw, Jackson. Look at this. Come here, bud. Come look at this claw. Look at this. That's one of its claws.
What claw? That claw?
Yeah. What if those just... That's on the fingers or the toes. See, look at that. You would not want that to get a hold of you. You never know what you're going to see. I'm a big advocate of, you know, like we have a plan. We have a map that we were planning on taking today. But you don't want to be so set in what you're doing that you can't stop and do something like this. Especially with how much my boys love dinosaurs, but in general, take time. If you have to adjust the plan, if you don't get to finish the whole trip, who cares? It's worth it just to see cool things.
This place is awesome.
So if you were a paleontologist, you would come to places like this and dig.
Things like this. We got to mile.
Keep going.
20.
Mile 20. Mile 20, also known as a 1.5 mile round trip.
This is a good place for a raptor to hunt. Or the raptor could scurry down. Like, or the raptor could find a way.
We just pulled away from the dinosaur quarry. That was really cool. There's actually a few other trails that we'd like to maybe come back and hike with the whole family. Now we're headed down to the Humbug Overlook. I really didn't know what to expect, and man, this overlook is absolutely stunning. Really cool valley. I wish there was a way down into it. I don't see any roads running through it, and the road up here just stops. So I'm gonna turn back and actually get back on the route that we were supposed to be on today, but really cool little detour. love this part of the San Rafael Swell. It's towards the top. It's just a little break-off road off of Buckhorn Wash Road, and it runs you right up next to the mountains. I've been on it many times. It's just really pretty. This is such a cool spot to be. I think the section that I have mapped to kind of take us down towards I-70 is a different route than I have ever taken. And it should be kind of cool, but this part, you know, something we've been on a few times, still love it. So we're well behind schedule. Stopping to see the dinosaur quarry and go on that hike wasn't planned at all, and so we're not as far along the trail as I was hoping, but we don't necessarily have a specific spot that we're supposed to hit. We've been on like well-graded dirt roads for a good part of the day, but now we're on this nice 2-track. It's really cool, and you know, some G-outs going through some washes up and down, and you know, nothing really technical, but a lot more fun from just cruising on some dirt roads. So really enjoying this. I've kind of set 5 o'clock as the time we're going to stop and just find a place to camp, which gives us about another hour or so on the trail. See just how yellow everything is. It's really, really dry out there. But man, this trail has been so much fun. Now I'm just really hunting to see if I can't find myself a little pull off where we can pull and pitch camp for the night. We've just pulled off of a Jeep trail that we were on. I was really hoping to find a place with some shade, and there was actually these really cool cottonwood trees, but none of them had trails that were going up to them. So anyways, I kept pushing, but the plan was to stop at 5, and it's now 6 o'clock. So I want to get dinner cooked before, so we just pulled off here on some BLM land. It's nice and flat, no shade, but these views are pretty beautiful. Let's check these out. You can see this little like dowel sitting up. That's actually the pivot point for the rear swing out that we've had. This rear bumper, it's kind of just a low grade rear bumper, and it's always been super rattly. Then to make that even worse, the bearing inside of it broke, and it was like on a hinge, and to close the door we had to pick it up to get it to close because things were rubbing. I looked into it, we could not find a replacement bearing, and I didn't want to buy a whole new bumper yet, and so I picked up the TeraFlex HD spare tire. Basically it's an HD bracket, and you can see everything's super dusty. So far, I'm pretty happy with it. The problem that I have is the offset on these wheels is so big, I couldn't actually get it to work unless I bought a spacer. And now with the spacer, it's working, because basically what was happening is the tire here was rubbing up against, it was hitting this. So not having the rattle has definitely been really, really nice, and it seems to go really well open close. This is first trip, so you know, I'm not gonna oversell it yet, but really happy with it. No rattle, and it's supposed to be able to hold up to a 37. If I was going to go to 37s, they actually have a reinforced hinge kit for the side to basically replace your OE hinges. I would go that route, but I think I'm sticking at 35s for a while. It's an easier tire to replace, and with a moderate lift and 35s, you can get a Jeep just about anywhere. So for dinner tonight, we're having hot dogs. I'm eating a pineapple jalapeno brat, and we've got some sliced vegetables there. We're gonna have some chips as well. The boys are ready to eat. Got a beautiful sunset taking place, and a nice desert, basically all to ourselves. Perfect. We're just polishing off dinner. No seasoning is better than just a little bit of hunger. This is such a beautiful spot. It's really growing on me. At first when I pulled off, I was like, ugh, this is kind of a dud, but the more I sit here, we're watching the sun over there kind of go back behind these beautiful plateaus in the Price area, and this part of the San Rafael Swell is just really, really pretty. The last couple of miles have been really cool. Probably the last 15 miles actually or so have been this nice 2-track, a little bit more technical than the dirt graded roads that we were on before. A lot of fun. And just looking forward to spending the evening around here with the boys. We can't have any fires, but hang out around outside, tell some fun stories, get our beds ready. Perfect way to finish off a really fun day. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button. If you could do me a huge favor, I'm really trying to grow the subscribers of the channel right now. If you could share this video with 1 or 2 friends, or share my channel with 1 or 2 friends, that would be a huge help to me. It goes a long way in getting more exposure to the channel, and there's going to be a part 2 to this, so make sure to check in. This is in really good shape considering the location and that it's probably pretty dang old. You can see there's a little bit of problems with the floor right there, but really cool.